Hi Tribers, here is a tiny house that I wanted to make for my dollhouse so that there would be a dollhouse in the dollhouse. My own kind of warped humor. It was a file by Phil Designs and I had to take it back to Inkscape to actually get it to score and etch and cut. I had to change the line colors in Inkscape so that the machine, the Glowforge, would know what to do with the commands and not just burn the whole thing. The first time I made it, the shingles all fell through the crumb tray because they were all on a cut file. So I had to go back and rework it. It took about 14 revisions totally because of every little window, and yet the door and these little stones and the shingles were a lot of work to separate and redo the line color. I told you I'd show you the fails. Here's the one I did last night after about 13 revisions, and it still didn't come out right. It was still scoring and cutting. The roof is scored and it's too deep, and it's bad quality construction on my part because of the difficulties I had with those burns. So I redid it again. I'm going to show you when I'm all done. Chances are good I'm going to create my own tiny house file because that would be easier for me. But I'll show you this when it's all put together. Hi Tribers, here are all the pieces punched out. I'm going to assemble them and we're going to have the tiny house. I was told by a wise man named Mark on the Facebook group for Glowforge, part of the community, that when you get these files, you can't always assume that they're made for Glowforge or that the Glowforge will know what to do with them. And so I went back into Inkscape, like I said, and kept revising it because I found that scoring the roof was too deep. I also thought that I needed to back off on the power, so I went to an etch, and I went to like a 20% power so that these shingles would be just barely there instead of cut through and dropping into my crumb tray like wood confetti. And so that's part of what took me all the revising. Like I said, I'm probably going to design my own simpler file. I like this tongue and groove that he put on here, but that's not necessary for my application of what I want to do. So I'm going to put just a tiny bit of glue here and there just to kind of hold it together so that you can see the house come alive, so to speak. I'm going to stick this. It fits really nice, but I just want it to be a little sturdier so that I can carry it. Just a little old-fashioned Elmer's. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same on this one. And the windows came out pretty well, although for some reason my bottom, you can see I got the top panes correct, but the bottom ones dropped out. It really actually looks like my windows at my house, but that's not how it was supposed to go. There was supposed to be 4 window panes there. Now this is the slot and tab construction of the floor in the house, because it's a 2-story, which is like my actual dollhouse. There's no floor on this though. I would have added that. When I make mine, I think I'm going to add a floor because I would like it to have possibly tiny little detailed furniture inside of it. Okay. Now we're ready for the roof. These little cutouts go around the chimney. And what projects would you like to see on Glowforge? While you're watching me do a little bit of this gluing here, what projects are you curious about for Glowforging? I have this obsession with miniatures, so I'm curious about tiny little furniture and all kinds of neat things like that. But what do you want to see? And let me try my best to make it a reality for you. What are you scared of? What are you worried about? What are you just wanting to try and do and create? But there's the little house, all ready to go, much better than my first attempt, which just fell apart and I couldn't even show you, and much better than my second sad attempt. So have a great day, be thinking, give me feedback, like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see lasered. Have a great day.